all-in-one SEO plugin, it's important to know exactly how you will allow to insert your information to enable it. So going through this, you'll see that there are some options here, and you have different PDFs which you can learn from, and at the same time you can also give a donation. This is open software, and at the same time you can upgrade to a pro version, and you should read a little bit more into that, which we will do in another tutorial. So going through this process, you will have an option to insert your description, your keywords, and of course the main title. In this case, we will use one very simple example of Jordan Voth, who, as an example, he is based in Seattle, in Washington. He photographs weddings and he does lifestyle. So his primary client out of those will be weddings, and his main target is to maintain his wedding client within Seattle. So his focus for SEO will be to target clients within the Seattle and the local area. And he uses his blog between 1 to 2 times per month. So a wedding post could be once per 2 weeks. His main target then will be specifically to continue to target clients within Seattle, but at the same time he is interested to target clients within the San Francisco area. Does he currently have any SEO? To date, he hasn't been using any specific tasks or any keywords or details or tags to optimize his content. So we want to basically put in demo content here as an example. So just filling in basics. You will put in your details. Usually it's good to know where you're located and what your details could be. And we will just put in some information like this. The description usually will be an explanation of exactly what it will be. So in this case, we'll just put something simple like this. And we can refocus that keyword, and we can introduce a new location. We will make more posts to explain how you can actually create and find which are the best descriptions, but these are just examples for now. So that would be an example of what you would require. Now going through these details here, you'll have certain different options, and you'll be able to create these differently. Now if you have a web developer, it would be good to consult first with those. Every site will be slightly different, so we are simply covering the basics to enable the plugin. Here you can actually add your Google Plus information, but it's also important to add your Google Analytics ID, which in this case is an example, which you can see another tutorial on how to create your Google Analytics and set that up in WordPress also. There are also several options here, which several may be of interest to certain people for not having the categories and the archives visible online, though generally most will want to have these available. These are additional areas which you may want if you use a lot of internal pages for SEO, or you want to focus different areas for that. Otherwise, simply leave those blank, simply to get started. Before we update the options, we will need to scroll again back to the top and simply enable the plugin, and go ahead and update the options. Now your plugin will actually be active, and when you start creating blog posts or adding new content to pages, you'll be able to optimize those pages, which we'll do in the next tutorial.